Ever heard someone say, settling never works out? Yeah, me too. It's one of those phrases that gets tossed around like it's obvious. Have you ever stopped to think about what it really means? But if it were that obvious, why are so many of us still doing it? But today we're not just going to repeat the cliche. We're going to talk about the truth behind it. Settling isn't just about choosing the wrong partner or a job you hate. It's about choosing less than what truly aligns with your values, your worth, and your potential. And the truth is, settling always comes at a cost. Because the fact is, too many people are living a life they didn't choose but settled for. And it's eating them alive. In relationships, in our careers, and how we treat ourselves. People are settling every single day, and most don't even know it until they've lost years of their life to it. Whether it's in your relationships, your career, or even how you treat yourself, you may not realize you've settled until it's too late. Today we're diving deep into why we settle and what it's actually costing us. This isn't fluff. This is going to be uncomfortable, but necessary. Let's be real, why do we settle? Why do so many smart, capable people end up in relationships that leave them empty, jobs that drain them, and lives that feel like slow suffocation? We settle for three main reasons. Number one, fear. We settle because we're scared. Scared of being alone. Scared of starting over. Scared we can't do better. Number two, low self-worth. We think, maybe this is the best I'll get. We internalize past trauma, criticism, abandonment, and start to believe that average is all we deserve. If deep down you don't believe you're worthy of love, success, or joy, you'll accept less, because you don't feel entitled to more. Number three, social pressure. Everyone else is getting married. Everyone else is climbing the corporate ladder. So we force ourselves into a life that fits the mold, even if it doesn't fit us. And here's the worst part. When you settle, your soul knows. You feel it in your anxiety, in your restlessness. You go to bed thinking, is this it? And that question, it doesn't go away. And society doesn't help. Society often tells us to play it safe. It tells us, be realistic. Take what you can get. To not be so picky. Don't expect too much. We convince ourselves it's safer to stay stuck than to face the unknown. But here's the thing, realism without hope becomes resignation. And resignation is where dreams go to die. But here's what no one tells you. Settling always comes with a cost. The cost of your peace, your potential, and eventually, your happiness. You end up stuck. You feel resentful. And years later you ask yourself, how did I end up here? When did I stop believing I deserved more? Settling never works because it's a slow erosion of your identity. You compromise once, then again. And before you know it, you're living a life that's comfortable but not yours. But it doesn't have to end that way. Here's the truth bomb, you don't have to settle. Not for love, not for a paycheck, not for a version of life that drains your soul. You weren't taught that boundaries are a form of self-respect, or that walking away isn't weakness, it's strength. You can start choosing better. Better standards, better boundaries, better belief in yourself. Here's what choosing not to settle looks like. You start being honest with yourself about what you want. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You build a life based on your own values, not borrowed expectations. Sound impossible? It's not. But it does take courage. You know what the opposite of settling is? It is alignment. The solution isn't about chasing perfection. It's about pursuing alignment. Alignment between your values and your choices. Between what you say you want and what you allow. When your values match your choices. When your standards match your actions. That's when peace starts showing up. Your confidence, your joy, your energy. When you stop settling, you start aligning with the life you're actually meant to live. The people who truly value you. The work that fulfills you. The version of you that's been waiting to be unleashed. When you stop settling, here's what happens. Your confidence returns. Your standards rise. You start attracting what actually matches your energy and vision. This doesn't mean you'll avoid challenges, but the challenges you face will be ones you choose, not ones you tolerate. It starts with one decision. Know your worth. Never settle. Not because you're arrogant, but because you're finally brave enough to choose yourself. Picture this. Waking up in a life that doesn't drain you but excites you. You wake up in a space that reflects your values, where you're surrounded by people who get you, with people who respect you. You're in a relationship where you feel seen, heard, and respected, where the work you do brings fulfillment, not just a paycheck. You're doing work that's meaningful, not just tolerable, where you no longer second-guess your worth, because you've already proven it to yourself, doing what matters to you. That life exists, not in some fantasy, but on the other side of one decision. I will no longer settle. Now ask yourself, what would it feel like to stop settling and start living? You don't dread Mondays. You don't question your worth. You don't beg for love, for approval, or for peace, because you've already given those things to yourself. This is the life that opens up when you stop settling. It doesn't happen overnight. Yes, it will be uncomfortable at first. You might feel lonely. You might be unsure. But what's worse, momentary discomfort or years of quiet regret? But it starts with one decision. I want more, and I believe I deserve it. It's not easy, but it's possible. And it all starts the moment you stop accepting just enough and start demanding what's right. If you've been settling in your relationship, your job, or even how you talk to yourself, this is your wake-up call. It's time to raise the bar. Time to reconnect with the version of you that knows you deserve more. Because you do. Not because you're perfect, but because you're worthy. Now I want to ask you, what's one area of your life where you know you've been settling? Is it your relationship, your job, your mental health, or maybe the way you talk to yourself? It's time to stop ignoring that voice in your head telling you you're meant for more. Because that voice, that's not ego. That's your soul trying to wake you up. Settling might feel safe, but growth only happens when you step into the unknown. And your future? It's built by every standard you refuse to lower. Years ago, I settled in a relationship because I thought I couldn't do better. I ignored the red flags. I made excuses, and every day I felt smaller. Until one day, I walked away. I didn't know what would come next, but I knew I couldn't keep living a lie. And that one decision changed everything. One choice can change your life. If this message spoke to you, you already know what to do next. Drop a comment telling me where you've been settling. Like this video if you're ready to raise your standards. And hit subscribe, because I'm here every week with truth bombs, mindset shifts, and real talk to help you become your boldest, most authentic self. Settling is the enemy of fulfillment. So the next time someone says, you should just be grateful for what you have, remember this: gratitude doesn't mean settling. Gratitude means knowing you deserve more and still loving yourself along the way. You deserve the best of what life has to offer. Not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to choose better. So stop shrinking. Stop waiting. And please, never settle again. Remember, settling might feel safe, but your happiness, that's found where you dare to choose more. I believe in you. Do you? If this message spoke to you, comment below. I choose not to settle. Like this video if you've ever felt stuck in something you knew wasn't right. Subscribe for weekly truth bombs that help you build a life of alignment and authenticity. Recommended next video: stop settling, raise your standards and reclaim your worth.